What's up, YouTube? We're going to do a quick comparison of the GRB100 versus the GRB200 on the right. Let's check them out. Let's go over the details. Which one's better? Let's go. Alright, YouTube, we're going to do a comparison between the left one, the GRB100, and the one on the right, the GRB200. Starting off, let's give some overview of these watches. The one on the left was released in 2018 for $330. The one on the right, the GRB200, was recently released in 2020, and retail price for both were kind of the same at the time of release. The left one here was retailed for $330, while the one on the right, this is a special limited edition, but the regular standard colorway retails for $350. Now, you got to factor in current market value. The one on the left could be purchased for about $140, $160, while the one on the right, since it's fairly newly released, you can't get much of a discount on that watch, and it might actually increase in value moving forward. Now, personally, I think Casio got it right with the upgrade of the GRB200, but there are some functions and functionality that I think were left out, and that is the one key factor that kind of makes me feel that they should have gone with the one on the left. Now, you may not realize, but the GRB200 is not solar powered, while the one on the left, the predecessing watch, the GRB100, is solar powered, but they compensated for that lack of solar power. They added a lot more features on the GRB200 that weren't available in the GRB100. So let's get started. For starters, the GRB100 is solar powered. Yes, we love solar power. Now, the one on the right is not. It's a quartz watch, not solar powered, with the standard battery life from what we know of 2 years. Now wait, before you call that a deal breaker, let's talk about some other functions that both of these watches have. That alone might sway you to going for the GRB200. The GRB100 is no slacker though. It does have a lot of tech as well, and it's a beautiful, aesthetically pleasant looking watch. The one on the left is solar powered, has Bluetooth technology, has flight log, which lets you log on your watch GPS location as well as altitude to kind of keep track of locations that you traveled on. The GRB100 also has a really cool feature. It has a timer which lets you count down an event. So the time and date countdown to that event using the timer. That's not available in the GRB200. They both are 200 meter water resistance. They both have 5 alarms. Both have world times, but this one is kind of bigger. Now, in terms of the one on the left, this one comes in at 62.5 by 53.8 by 17.3 millimeters. The one on the right, it's a slightly bigger watch coming in at 63 by 54.1 by 18.3. Now, here's where it gets funny. The one on the left weighs a whopping 87 grams. The one on the right, they've encompassed the carbon core guard structure as well as the carbon fiber bezel, which makes it a lighter watch. This one here is 87 grams. The GRB200, considering the fact that it's bigger, it comes in at 80 grams, and that you can notice in your hands. You can tell that the GRB100 weighs more than that of the GRB200. All right, so far we know that the one on the left is solar powered and this one's not. So okay, why not go with the solar powered one? Well, here's the trick and here's the catch. The GRB200 was equipped with so much more technology. It has a quad sensor, which gives you altimeter, barometer, compass, thermometer, sunrise information, and also a step tracker, which lets you count calorie consumption. Boom, there we go. Here's where it gets really interesting. The GRB doesn't have all that technology. It doesn't even have compass information, which is where I got tricked. So it's completely up to you. What do you think? Solar power, non-solar power, a lot more tech, little bit of tech. This one does have the flight log information as well, so that's not something you're gonna miss on this watch compared to the the GRB100. So you do have the flight log information, which is kind of cool because it's a gravity master. So then here comes the kicker. Do you want to pay current value of $350 or $140 for pretty much a similar watch? Yes, you have a lot more technology going on, but at the end of the day, it's completely up to you if you want to save some money or get the functionality that you want. Now, in terms of how they look, here's the GRB100. Beautiful display here. It's got a digital and analog hand or timekeeping. Nice and legible hour markers on the watch there. And then you have this beautiful mode window on the bottom here, which not only shows you the functions, the modes, stopwatch, world time timer, so forth. It also has a meter for your solar power gauge. All right. And a beautiful backlight. There we go. Very luminescent, very bright, dual LED backlight. And it also has beautiful afterglow on the hour markers, 12-hour marker, and then you have the hour markers around the edge of the bezel. All right. They're both very comfortable. They have resin bands, very comfortable, metal buttons, and a slick looking circular bezel. The GRB200 also has a nice digital and analog display for timekeeping, but I love the blue accents on this watch here, and the hands look like the propellers of a aircraft. The carbon fiber bezel is beautiful with the glossy, transparent bezel with an underlay of carbon fiber. The buttons look kind of cheap, but they do the job. Also comfortable resin bands. No carbon fiber on either of these on the bands. It does have that carbon core guard structure. Let's check out the backlight. Beautiful bright LED. And it also has the afterglow on the hour and minute hand and the second hands, and you have the indicators as well on each of the hour markers, and the 12 o'clock position have an afterglow effect. So which one do I recommend? Honestly, it's completely up to your budget. If you want to watch this, they're both going to be durable. They're both going to take the abuse. The one on the left has a solar power, so if you plan on wearing it regularly, solar power is probably one of the options you want to consider. Now, the quartz watch itself, I think it's a beautiful, great watch with a lot of technology, comfortable, lightweight, but it is a slightly bigger watch. So in terms of your wrist size, also factor that in. I have a 6.5-inch wrist, and this watch dwarfs my wrist because of its size. This one fits a little bit more comfortable, and I'll show you now. All right, here's the GRB100. You can see, nice frame, small design, looks great. Doesn't look like a monstrosity on my hand. It's comfortable. I could feel the back plate though, kind of rubbing against the bone, the structure on my wrist. Not uncomfortable, but it's apparent. Okay. Now let's compare that to the GRB200. All right, here it is. You can see that the watch looks a lot more bigger on my wrist. It dwarfs, like I said, my wrist. And it looks big on my wrist, but a lot more comfortable, to be honest. I can barely feel the back plate on my wrist. The resin is so comfortable and lightweight that it doesn't feel like it's there. Almost feels toyish though. I don't get the weight from the GRB100. It feels very lightweight, almost like it's not there. Not sure if you like that or not. Personally, I think it's comfortable. Really like it, to be honest. Now let's check them out side by side. All right, both of these watches, this one has like a plastic kind of design on the band, on the buckle here. This one's got a metal stainless steel design. The GRB200 on the right has got a metal band keeper, while the one on the left, the GRB100, has a resin band keeper. Both of them have resin straps, both of them comfortable, but I feel like the GRB200 on the right, because of its weight, feels a lot more comfortable on the wrist. Okay, you have the stainless steel rose gold on this colorway. There's other variations of this. But then you have the carbon fiber bezel on the right, which makes it a lot more lightweight, and the carbon core structure on the right. On the side, you have the buttons, which are more robust, easier to press. Compare that to the stainless steel metal buckle or buttons on the side of the GRB100. There's a sensor visible on the GRB200. Not aesthetically pleasing, but it doesn't look horrible. I think the white colorway makes it look nice. It doesn't just sit there. And of course, the GRB100, because it lacks a lot of the functions, doesn't have a sensor. The buttons here, they're both kind of sunken or flushed into the bezel or inside the watch here to prevent them from being accidentally touched. This one feels kind of difficult to feel. It's covered by this bezel cover here. That resin right there, cover part, is kind of hard. You got to dig in there. The one on the right, it's a lot more accessible. It doesn't have that protruding part, and it's just easier to press compared to that of the GRB100. There's your tough solder gravity master versus the quad sensor. All right, guys. Hopefully that helps make your decision easier. Let me know which one you decide to go with, or you're going with a completely other model. Nevertheless, both are great watches. I would think that you wouldn't be disappointed with either one, but I'm personally leaning towards the GRB200. I think they did a great job improving the design of this watch, even though it lacks solar power. Personally, I don't have enough time to manage the charging of this watch because I don't wear this watch regularly. I prefer one that's going to be readily available and when I decide to put it on. That's the beauty about quartz watches. Yes, the battery will die. I'll change the battery when the time comes, but it's easy to put it on and it's ready to go instead of having to manage the solar charging of this watch. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I answered all your questions. If I did, then please leave a comment. Let me know and I can help you out. Thanks for watching my channel. You have plenty of options and you chose me. I love you for that. Thanks for watching. Till next time, this is Chicago. I'm out of here. Peace.
My G-Shock, I'm rocking 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 my G-Shock.